morning everyone from a much sunnier Riga than it was yesterday. The weather, I have to say, so far today, I don't know if you can see, is glorious. It's beautiful, wall-to-wall sunshine, not a cloud in the sky. Really hoping that the temperature today is going to be a bit warmer than the 13 degrees it was yesterday, and we're looking forward to a fun adventure. And today we're actually going to Lithuania, so we're going to cross the border into a different country, because we're going to go and see something called the Hills of Crosses, I think it's called. Don't really know much about it. Stephen's organised it, so I'm going in very much blind and don't know what to expect. He's just gone to grab a coffee because it's an early start. It's only about 8:30 in the morning at the moment. It's a Sunday. There's very few people around, if any at all, apart from those two that just walk behind me just there. So do have a bit of a confession to make. We've got the munchies last night, and that's really unlike us at the moment because we've been really kind of careful with our eating and stuff, but we had to go and explore the local McDonald's, but we weren't particularly hungry, so we just got a large meal and shared it between us. And I have to say, they do something out here called a mega Big Mac, which is like a Big Mac but bigger. I think it's like 2 quarter-pounder patties rather than the 2 normal patties. Devoured it at the time. I thought, oh, this is kind of nice, although it did look a state. And I'm sure we'll probably put a picture in somewhere so you can see what it looked like. It was like I guess a burger served on a bed of lettuce, because there was more lettuce around the burger than there was inside it. But it tasted okay. This morning though, I really haven't felt the best at all. I've had a really kind of tight stomach, so I don't know if that's anything to do with the fact we don't really eat burgers these days. But anyway, so Stephen should arrive momentarily with coffees, and then we're going to make our way to the central cathedral square. Okay, where was I? Sorry, I had to just duck out for a second there. A couple of guys came up behind me, literally right behind me, having a very loud conversation, and the language they were using wouldn't have been appropriate to publish on this channel, so I decided to switch off for a second. So yeah, we're off to Lithuania to see the Hills of Crosses. We did have our cheeky McDonald's last night. I'm not feeling 100% today, but all we know at the moment is that we have to go to the Dome Square, which is right by the cathedral, and look for a silver minivan, and we need to be there at 10 to 9, which is about 15-20 minutes away. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy the journey that we're about to take. We're really looking forward to it, and hopefully it's going to be a fun day ahead. Okay, so Stephen has arrived with
the goods,
coffees, yeah, basically. So what have we treated ourselves to?
So I got myself a skinny latte.
Okay.
And I got you the full fat latte that you asked for.
Yes, thank you, because I don't know why, I just don't really like skim milk. It doesn't taste of anything at all.
I have to admit, there was some really interesting coffee flavours in there.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you what they were, but we'll just insert a video of it now so you can see. But I have to admit, I do love it when you go abroad and you just always find some weird and wacky delights. And I have to admit as well, the desserts look really, really tasty. I say desserts, the cakes, they look really, really good. Not like the stuff we get back home. This stuff actually looked like it was half decent.
Okay.
But it's still a no from me. As I said, I'm not a sweet tooth person.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, so I was just telling the viewers, I started filming our welcome to today's fun, and then 2 guys come right up behind me having a personal conversation, completely oblivious to me being there, and then the F-bomb started and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just like, well, that's not going to work for this channel, is it? So there was a little bit of an interlude in the intro. But are you excited about today?
I'm excited for the sun.
Yeah, the sun's nice, isn't it?
And we get to go and see another country as well.
We do.
Hop, skip and a jump across the border.
Yeah, cool. Well, anyway, we better get going because we don't want to miss our silver minivan or whatever it is we're looking for.
We've got 20 minutes and it's a 6-minute walk in that direction.
Okay. Well, we'll get going anyway.
But this is, oh my God, so needed. Oh God, it's like actual real coffee as well.
If Costa's real coffee, that is it.
And they charge you 15 cents for having a disposable cup, and they also charge you an uplift on the type of coffee bean as well.
Oh, really?
And they charge you an uplift if it's a dairy-free alternative.
Okay.
But it came to like €7.30 for the 2 drinks, which I still think is cheaper than if you got a medium drink back in the UK.
Yeah, I suppose.
Because it's like £5 now, isn't it?
In central London, maybe. I think it's a little bit less than that outside London. But yeah, it's quite expensive coffees now, isn't it?
Yeah. Anyway, here's your coffee.
Thank you.
And let's go.
Okay, so stop number 1 is an exciting gas station or petrol station from whatever country you are. So we've just stocked up on snacks. Only because we're not really hungry, so I suspect Lot's going to come back to the UK with us, but only because it looks slightly different to what we get back home. So we thought we'd try that out. Someone might eat on the way to Lithuania, someone might eat this afternoon, someone might eat another day. But anyway, it's a fairly typical gas station. I'll show you some footage of inside in a second so you can see how we came about getting all these bits and pieces. I always find it fascinating, different flavours you get overseas. And there's quite a range here. Including barbecue style Doritos. Interesting. What have you seen? You're not going to tell us what it is then?
Mashed potato snack, bacon flavoured.
I wonder what it means by long chips.
And it's boiled potatoes, they've been mashed, they've been rolled out, 10 seconds in the best quality oil, and then done.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
You going to buy them?
I mean, I'm tempted.
I think we should.
Yeah, I think you should.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll get a bacon one and a cheese one then, right? I'm definitely not getting dill because I don't like dill. That's a weird flavour for a crisp, right? We'll tell you what we think of them. There's also like a little pastry section and a kind of DIY coffee thing, but we've already had our caffeine fix for the day, so I think we're all right for now. There's like a little kind of selection of sweet things and savoury things. Not quite sure what they all are. And it's not in English, so I can't work it out either. But they look very nice, whatever they are. And plenty of drinks as well, just in case you get thirsty, including a whole kind of shelf full of beers and wines. What are you fans, Stephen? Is it cookies of some sort?
I think so, yeah. Red velvet cookies with melted cream.
Melted cream?
Oh, sorry. Milk cream, milk glaze, with biscuit pieces inside. It actually looks quite nice.
I've got like a caramel one as well, right?
It's two for $5.
I mean, if you really want, but I don't think we'll eat them today, we'll have to take them home with us. But I think we should try them at least. But we're just here for a few minutes. I've got to say, the sun is glorious. What do you think?
Yeah, it's nice.
It's really...
It's a shame it wasn't like this yesterday, actually. So it would have made the day so much better.
Yeah.
But given that where we're going to is outside, it's good that it's going to be like this.
Yeah.
So our next stop is going to be the Latvian-Lithuanian border.
Yeah.
And apparently, I'm guessing that's a photo shoot opportunity.
He did say that, but I don't know what photo opportunity you're going to get.
I'm guessing it's going to be a sign, isn't it, saying you are now entering?
Possibly.
But interestingly, he said that obviously about having your passports, but you may or may not need them, so it may not even be a manned border. We will see.
We'll see.
And I think there's another place we visit. We're visiting a city for lunch.
Yeah, but I can't remember what you said it was called.
Jelgava,
We'll find out and we'll put it in the comments below.
Yeah.
So we stopped there for lunch, and then the main event is the Hill of the Crosses after that. And then he said we're back about 4 o'clock this evening. And we have dinner plans now, which I'll tell you about a little bit later on.
But the van is comfortable, there's no USB points, and the people in there seem okay.
Oh, and they've just turned the van on, so I think it's time for us to get on board.
Yeah, so onwards we
we'll
go.
We'll catch you in a bit. Okay, so we've just arrived at the... Stephen's coming in. We've just arrived at the Latvia-Lithuania border. Just gone past the old...
border crossing?
Border control, I suppose you call it, yeah. The old border control buildings, which are now disused because it's all part of the EU and the Schengen area, so they don't really do border checks, although we have been told they may occasionally make random checks at the actual boundary. We're not here for long. We're going to grab a couple of photos, hopefully, and then we're on our way. Right, so the border is pretty much open these days, and most of the time you can drive through unchecked. As you can see, it's giving everyone a good photo opportunity, and some are also making a point of saying that this is a location where you can be in 2 countries at the same time if you stand with 1 foot on one side of the border and the other foot on the other side. Clearly it's the simple things, right? Anyway, Lithuania is much like Latvia. The land here is very flat, and there's clearly a strong farming feel to where we are right now. The main thing that they seem to be farming here is oilseed rape, and we have seen plenty of bright yellow fields on our travels so far. But we have come across at least one field which is housing a flock of sheep, so they do have a bit of variation around as well. And it hasn't taken too much time for us to reach the Hill of Crosses. The first thing that you come to is a visitor centre, which also houses a gift shop where you can pick up souvenirs, and we're definitely going to take a look at that a bit later. There's also a row of stalls that sell something quite specific, which we're going to tell you about when we actually get to the Hill of Crosses. For now though, our guide is taking us up to the site itself, and he's said to be prepared to be wowed. Okay everyone, we have arrived at the Hill of Crosses, and I have to say, I didn't know what to expect, but it's I don't know what to say. I'm kind of speechless.
I think it's spectacular.
Yeah,
I think the
that's
word
a good
is.
way of putting it.
I don't think the videos or photos can really do this place like justice.
Yeah.
Like there are just so many crosses, and they all have like different plaques and different kind of messages on them, and you know, it's obviously, if you're religious, I'm guessing it's really, really personal to you. It's clearly been personal to the people that's actually left the crosses here.
Yeah. So we understand there's over 200,000 different crosses here.
Estimated.
Most of them are wooden. There are some stone ones and there are some metal ones as well. And our tour guide was just telling us a bit about the history of the site. And originally it was
and wooden ones.
It was originally a fortress many years ago, but at some point got demolished by the Germans when they were doing the German Crusades and converting everyone to Christianity. And from that point onwards, this place has become a kind of a sacred site where people come for religious reasons, as Stephen was saying, to mark an occasion. And there's been different periods in time. At one point it was a place where people would come and remember the rebels that had been murdered, who were fighting for freedom of the country against all the various different regimes that were in charge here. During the Soviet era, religion was very much frowned on, if not outlawed, and the KGB and the soldiers at the time would often come here, demolish everything, burn all the crosses, take the stone crosses and grind them up to make roads with them, and then use the metal crosses for scrap metal, basically. And they would post KGB agents and soldiers around here all the time. However, still people came and marked whatever significant moment it is that they wanted to with a cross here. And then more recently, Pope John Paul II came to do a church service here. They built a new chapel, which I'll show you in just a second. An outdoor one. About 200,000 people came to hear him deliver his sermon and mass. And after that, he then donated a cross to the site. And the site is now very much a pilgrimage site for people, and it is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. And I have to say, like I said, I didn't know what I was expecting. I knew there'd be lots of crosses here, but they're all just kind of hickledy-pickledy in the ground where someone has thought that's the right spot for my cross. It doesn't seem to be orderly, but it doesn't seem chaotic or disorganised either. I can't really describe it.
I think because there's so many of them, and they vary in shape and size and colour and material and style. I don't think it really matters that it's all mishmash.
It doesn't. It adds
character.
Exactly the word I was going to use. Adds to the character, and it really is beautiful. And also, it's incredibly peaceful. There's not much noise here at all, apart from a slight hum of people talking and birds. And there's loads of swallows flying around. And I've just seen a little wren up on the post, one of the crosses as well. So
I think it's in the middle of nowhere. Like there's nothing around here. Like no kind of proper infrastructure. The roads are kind of a bit like dirt track. They've got main roads as well. But it's
very peaceful. I can see why this site is so sacred for some people, and I definitely recommend you paying a visit if you are here. Yes, we did get our passports checked by the Lithuanian border guards, but that was a quick 2-second process, and then we were on our way again. And the journey's really not that long at all. So if you do find a tour that comes out this way, I would definitely recommend it. But we're just going to kind of have a little wander around, take in the scenery and take in the atmosphere, and we'll catch up with you guys when we're done.
The only thing I would say is for any of our subscribers who happen to be people of the night, and I mean like vampires, this is
it's definitely not the place for you.
I would not recommend this for you. You might get a bit tingly, but yeah, otherwise, yeah, as Luke said, lost for words.
Yeah, anyway, we'll catch up with you guys in a bit. Right, on that note, this place truly is stunning, and we're going to show you around in just a second. But talking of notes, there's only one track that we thought could do justice to this location. So let's cue the music. Folks, that's it. Yeah, I'm still lost for words, to be honest. This place is really moving, I think is a way of putting it. There's so many crosses, and each one of them means something personal to somebody. And we've had a great time just wandering around and having a look at all the different ones that are there. Some have got names on, some have got dates on, some have got organisations or companies on, some have just got nothing. Some have got patterns, some are quite plain. One thing that we were told is that any cross over 3 meters high needs permission, but anyone else can come up across here if they want to without any permission at all. So yeah, it really is quite moving. What are your thoughts, Steve?
Yeah, the tour guide was actually saying that if you haven't been prepared enough to actually bring a actual cross with you, there is a souvenir shop just before you come in, and there you can actually buy various sized crosses, and you can obviously write something on them and put them in the ground. They range between 3, 5 and 10 euros, so not excessive considering we're in the middle of nowhere. But yeah, to echo Luke's comments, like neither of us are like religious or typically religious, but it's quite moving and quite powerful just to be around all of this all of these crosses. And it's quite ironic actually, because as Luke was saying, you know, it's at one point in time someone has put that in that particular place and it has some meaning to them, and given that there's over 200,000 crosses here, that's a lot of meaning that people have obviously wanted to kind of display. So yeah, definitely something that I'm glad we did. Yeah, and
definitely recommend you do it as well if you're over this way.
Very much so.
We're gonna head back to the kind of visitor centre. There's a little souvenir shop there. Technically we're in a different country, I mean, we've never been to Lithuania before, so we probably need to get a magnet for the fridge as well, so we'll have a little explore and see what we can find over there. But yeah, definitely worth coming. Thoroughly, I can't say enjoyed, that's not the right word, but it was definitely worth the trip.
Yeah.
So I did mention a bit earlier that Pope John Paul II came here to hold a mass back in 1993, if you're interested in the year. And at the same time, he also donated a cross himself, which now stands alone at the foot of the hill. And just to clarify as well, the chapel that they built for the event was clearly not big enough to hold the hundreds of thousands that attended. And our guide tells us that most of them were accommodated in the adjoining fields with loudspeakers and screens showing up-close footage of the Pope leading the service. Anyway, our time here is now at an end, and it's time to head back to Latvia, where we're next going to be visiting the city of Jelgava. So one nice little touch that we've just got when we got back on the bus, our guide has handed us out these paper bags, and inside there's a tiny little chocolate bar. And I thought that's just kind of a really nice little thing to treat your guests for a little bit as they start the next part of their journey. Okay, so we've arrived in Jelgava, which is a central Latvian city around 25 miles southwest of Riga. And first impressions are that it's very much more what we expected from a former Soviet city, with much of the buildings feeling very concrete and bland. However, our guide is taking us on a little detour to have a look at something that is far more attractive. And that is the Orthodox Cathedral of St. Simeon and St. Anne. Now, don't let looks deceive you. The original cathedral was destroyed in World War II, and the site was then used as a storage zone for tractors in the Soviet era. However, following Latvian independence, the state returned it to the Orthodox Church and it was rebuilt to its 18th century design. So we're going to have a look inside, see what it looks like these days, and then we're going to head across the river to grab ourselves something to eat.
Right, it's lunchtime. Stephen isn't having anything. We did want something for Stephen, but when he got here they said they didn't have it in stock, and there wasn't really anything else on the menu. So I might share some of mine with Steve because I don't think I'm going to manage it all and still be able to eat dinner later, but we'll wait and see. I've gone for what was described as a cheese and ham, no, let me rephrase it. A cheese and mushroom lava tart, and I've never had that before. I think a lava tart is something a bit like a lava cake, so I'm hoping it's got some kind of gooey molten centre or something like that. But it's come with a little bowl of, it looks like chicken stock or broth or something like that. I'm not sure what it is. There's no spoon for it, so I guess I just drink it straight out of the cup.
It smells rancid.
I'm not sure about. I think that's the soup stuff you can smell. The cheese tarts guys are lovely. I don't know what's in the soup, but I'll try that in a second. Stephen's going to put a video of that somewhere around here, so I might disappear for a second while he shows you what the food looks like. But as I said, it's like kind of a cheese tart and this little bowl of soup. And we also bought a cake because it looked really nice. Again, I took a picture of that on the counter and I'll put it up here somewhere for you to see it, but it looks like some kind of chocolate layered mousse and sponge with a kind of dark chocolate ganache on the top. I definitely want to eat all of that, so Stephen is definitely going to have to help me with that one. And we also treated ourselves to a couple of beers which are called, I don't know what they're called, Valmier Mutzer. Ah, Valmier Mutzer. Now that's the brand that he said that we should try at the pub yesterday. This one here, I think. So, or maybe it's the same one. I don't know, but it looks very nice. If it is the same one, it tastes very nice as well. But anyway, enough waffling from me. It's time to tuck in and eat some food. I don't even know how. Right, I don't know how to have this soup because the little bowl it is in is red hot, and they've given me a fork and a knife. What would the eat say, right? So I'm just going to try a little bit of it. See if you like to come down with me off the bowl, and we'll see. Reminds me of something. It's definitely dill, and I think it is like it's just a chicken broth basically with dill in it. So it's all right. They're very simple, very plain. But someone's throwing their cutlery on the floor. I am going to try this lava cake, and actually Stephen might want to film me cutting into it because I want to see whether it oozes or not. Right, here we go. Let's see. Oh, look at that. There's definitely some lava in there. I don't know where to start with the actual tart though. Try and cut this little bit out for everyone to see what remains afterwards. Can you guys see that? Let me turn it around. In the middle there is an oozing centre that's all coming out of that. Question is, how does it taste? Time to find out. That is delicious. I can see why they've got this little broth. It's quite simple because that sauce is really creamy and really rich, and I'm going to enjoy eating this very much. One more mouthful before I go. That's good. Right, it's cake time.
Cake time.
Stephen, do you want to tuck into this delicious piece of whatever it is and tell us what you think?
I'm not a dessert person normally.
I know, but didn't it look nice?
Oh my god. Seriously.
There you go. It's really interesting. Are you not sure?
It's like got tiramisu taste to it.
Tiramisu, it's got coffee in it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe it's layers of coffee and chocolate, right? And vanilla sponge.
Okay. Yeah, it's nice. I think.
You think?
The chocolate's got a bit of a weird taste to it.
Okay. I'll have a taste in a second.
As I said, I'm not really a sweet person.
Is it quite rich then?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, right. Maybe I should try it and then we can work out whether I like the chocolate or not. Right, so it's my turn. It's very nice. I think the reason the chocolate tastes a bit funny for you is I think it's a really high cocoa percentage in the chocolate that they use to make the ganache, because it's very bitter, but it's also very rich. And actually I think that bitterness works with the coffee actually, otherwise it makes it kind of too sickly. In all honesty, It's delicious, but I've never been able to eat that whole slice. It is very, very rich. So I'm very glad that Stephen is available to help me finish this off, because I'm not going to finish it.
I had 2 slices.
You had 2 mouthfuls.
2 mouthfuls, there you go.
This is my 3rd.
If I had the choice, I think I'd rather have the 25 shots again.
Maybe later, after dinner, we'll see. So, nice, very rich, definitely something to share. You could probably just about eat it with one person if you have a great appetite, but I think for a normal person, or a person with an average appetite, I should say, that might just be a little bit too much.
Okay, so we've had a nice lunch, although perhaps a little late in the schedule for the day. As a time check, it's now around 2:30, and we are conscious that we have dinner plans this evening. Hopefully, there'll be enough of a gap for our stomachs to empty out again before we get to that. For now, though, we are continuing our journey back to Riga, but not without one final detour to the Jelgava Palace. This building also dates back to the 18th century and was originally built for the Duke of Courland. Like many other buildings in Jelgava, it's had its share of damage, particularly during the 2 world wars, ultimately being left in a very sorry state. It had its exterior restored between 1956 and 1964, and more recently the interior was also restored so it could become home to the Latvia Academy of Agriculture. Now, the grounds are free to access, and it's definitely worth taking a stroll around here if you are in the area and you have time. You can also pre-book to go inside for a fee, and apparently there's also a museum to have a look at. Either way, we only had a few minutes here today, and before long we are back on the road, arriving in Riga in no time at all at the end point of our tour.
Okay, so we're off the tour bus and back in Riga. We'll talk to you a little bit more about our thoughts on the tour, but I have to say it was really good fun, really enjoyable, and really insightful as well. We met some nice people, as you often do on these tours, but for now we're going to head back to a hotel room for a little bit just to chill out, recharge batteries because we're running a little bit low, and then we have plans for dinner in a little bit. So yeah, we'll see you guys in a bit.
A few moments later.
Okay, so we had a fantastic afternoon. Got quite exhausted after all of that sightseeing and all these different things that we looked at. Stephen had a little siesta. I did a little bit of YouTubing and watching some videos and stuff back at the hotel for a little while. But it's the evening now, and it's our last evening in Riga, so we would like to try a bit of authentic Latvian cuisine. And from what I've researched on Google, this place here could possibly be one of the places that we could do that. So yesterday evening I made a reservation for 7 o'clock, which is in about, how many minutes?
3 minutes.
3 minutes, so we probably need to go inside in a second. But this place does lots of traditional Latvian food, and they also do a Latvian food tasting menu as well, which is quite reasonably priced at €32. So we might give that a try as well, along with some traditional Latvian wine maybe to go with that. But we'll see how the evening goes, I suppose. What do you think, Steve?
Yeah, kind of looking forward to it. And some of the food that I saw on there is kind of really heavily fish orientated as well. So that always works for me because, as everyone knows, I was a dolphin in a previous life.
So he does like his fish.
Yeah. And then I think the alcohol is quite reasonably priced as well. And I kind of feel a bit beered out now.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I couldn't have any more beer.
I do want to have a glass of traditional Latvian wine as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm feeling so much more alert now after my little siesta earlier.
I bet you are, yeah.
I just needed that extra time.
Yeah.
You know what? We didn't even really do much. We did some walking around that. I just done my 10,000 step as well today, or just a minute ago. But it's odd though to kind of think that most of the time we was actually in the Venga bus, as I was calling it. But I don't think Luke said actually earlier, or unless you did, but. There was a group of people there from up north, and the really weirdest thing, they actually live where my sister lives, in Newark, and actually in an area called Balderton, of all places. Like, how is it you go like some random place in Europe and that, and you run into people who, you know, kind of live
near your family?
Yeah, very, very, very strange. Anyway, putting that to one side, we're hungry, we're going to go and get some food, and we'll take you with us.
See you guys in a minute.
Right, so we're now sat down inside the restaurant, and the first thing that we've noticed is the really rustic decor. It certainly feels traditional, and that's probably a good sign in terms of the food that we're about to have. Now, we could have chosen to sit outside, but the air is starting to chill a bit as the evening sets in, so we have chosen an indoor seat instead. And on that note, let's check out the menu.
Right, you know you're in a good place when the first thing you notice from the menu is that it's got a leather exterior. Second thing, and going by my standards anyway, is that the food also comes with a
Pictures.
photograph of what it looks like.
Yeah.
And for me specifically, I like to know what something looks like before I put it in my mouth. More specifically, I like to know what it looks like before I actually eat it, rather. So I am a happy bunny, and as Luke was saying, they also have the €32 menu here for the tasting.
Yeah.
So I can look on here and then look at the
Look at photos and decide whether you want it or not.
Exactly. So yes, and all of the descriptions also come with English translated underneath it, which is also very helpful as well.
Yes, very much so.
Hold that thought, we're going to be right back with you. Okay, so I said I wanted a traditional Latvian wine, and the
We kind of got told off, didn't we?
lady kindly told me that they don't
do wine in Latvia.
Yeah, they have no traditional Latvian wine because they don't have the climate to grow it here, so we are back on the beer. But this one is, what did we say it was?
I can't remember what she called it, but it's apparently
it's a
mesh pills or something. Mesh pills, yeah.
Yeah, and this is a small. Luke got a large, and it's quite reasonable. $5.50 for a small, $6.50 for a large. So I probably should have gone for the large.
Yeah.
But you know, don't overindulge. But there is wine on here, so I might still treat myself to a glass.
Yeah, maybe later. Yeah.
Okay, so we've just placed our order, and we have gone with the tasting menu. I'm feeling quietly positive because our server has just said to us that that was a very good choice. So.
Well, she would do. It's the most expensive menu.
It's not the best thing on the menu, but it's €32. I think it's really good value for money, and it comes with 5 different courses, I think it is, and it's all traditional Latvian food. So I'm looking forward to trying it out. And actually, one thing I'm feeling very positive about is that there are lots of local people in this restaurant as well. That's always a good sign, because if the local people don't like the food, they won't go there. So the fact there are so many here means that we're probably going to get something authentic and something that is really good. I can't wait.
Right, Stephen, you're a fish person, right?
Yeah, very much a fish person.
So do you want to try yours first? Because I feel a bit apprehensive, because to me it looks a little bit...
It looks a bit chunky fish.
A bit slimy, but yeah.
I'm guessing that's the cottage
The cottage cheese. And there's some like pickled onions and potatoes with it as well.
That doesn't taste fishy in the slightest. That tastes delicious.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Do you think I like it?
No.
Oh.
It's really flavoursome, and I know you said you think it would be slimy, like a kind of slimy texture, but it's not at all.
It's not? Okay. I feel a bit nervous. But the fact you'll give me all the good signs right now that this is going to be delicious food.
I can give you good signs to the cows come home about eating fish, but it's not on your palate. It's definitely my palate.
Okay.
But if you don't like yours, I'll have it.
You'll have the rest of it. Okay, well, I'm going to give it a go. Oh my god. Okay, I'm going to give it a go. And you guys can experience it with me.
Okay. I'm all ready for this. Oh my god. I'm going to try it and see. I'm so scared. I'm so scared. I really don't like fish, and I really wish I did like fish, but I keep trying it to make sure I do. I can just about do salmon now.
You've had worse in your mouth.
I'm sure. Right, okay, let's see where it goes. It smells like that pate you sometimes get to have on the bread.
Yeah.
The mackerel thing. Okay. I probably won't eat all of it. Stephen is definitely going to get some donated. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. I've had worse. The texture isn't slimy, you're right. It's not slimy. But it is a bit
to describe it. It's a bit firm for me. It doesn't feel flaky and cooked through properly. It feels pickled and yeah.
You're not a fish connoisseur though, so...
I'm certainly not. There is, however, gherkins or pickles, wherever it comes from. And I do like a gherkin and I do like cottage cheese, so let me just try that. That is nice.
The star of the show is not the gherkin and the pickled cheese.
It's the herring.
Yeah.
Alright, let me just try one more thing. I'm going to try some of it with the pickled red onions and a bit of cottage cheese and just a tiny bit of herring, and we'll see whether that's actually doable. I don't mind that so much. This is delicious and it helps take away the taste of the other stuff that isn't quite so delicious. But it's not too bad, and actually I think I deserve brownie points for trying some traditional Latvian food and pushing my comfort zone, or pushing myself out of my comfort zone into something I wouldn't normally eat. So I would say if you're a fish person, this is probably delicious. If you're not a fish person, you can probably just about tolerate it. Okay, right, so next course has arrived.
Round two.
Round two, and this is peas and bacon, is that what they call it?
Yeah.
And it looks nothing like the peas that you might know back home in the UK. This is very much black peas. It does smell amazing. It smells like really smoky, like you'd expect smoked bacon to smell. But what do you have on the side, Stevie?
Buttermilk.
We have a thing of buttermilk, and what should you tell us not to do with it?
So it's not to be poured into the beans and bacon, it's to actually have separately on the side.
Yeah.
However, given my condition, I don't actually know if I'll be able to have this.
I think you might be alright actually. Is buttermilk lactose free? I don't know. Do you want to risk it for a chocolate biscuit?
I don't know if I do. So I might try it a little bit, but I probably won't have
Won't have it all. Okay,
So
right.
I'm going to do that now.
Okay.
And it's got like a, as you said, it's got like a yogurt consistency to it.
Yep.
Doesn't
It'd be
smell
slightly sour.
Well, that's interesting. It has got a slight sour edge to it.
Yep.
But it's also quite... It's got like a creamy consistency
Yeah.
to it. So the rest of that is for you.
Okay.
Just
Do you want to try your peas though? How many spoons are there in that thing before you start tucking into it though?
There's another spoon.
Another spoon.
That's what it is.
Yes. So I think you eat these with a fork, right?
I'm going to do it with a spoon.
Okay.
Just because it's a more easier, civilised
Yeah.
way of doing it. So it basically says what it is on the tin. It is beans and bacon, but it's more like gammon bacon.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm guessing that's chives on the top of it as well.
Yes, it looks like chives, doesn't it?
But I really like beans like this, like butter beans, kidney beans.
Pulses and that kind of thing. Yeah.
I'm happy with that. So, and it's warm.
Yeah.
Not boiling hot, which is good. It's
Is it like kind of hearty kind of comfort food? Yeah.
yeah, and the bean isn't like kind of mushy inside either. It's like been cooked just to the right
Okay.
right place where it's like kind of yummy.
My stomach is rumbling. Is it my turn yet?
I think it is.
Let me give it a go. Okay, let's see what this is like. Stephen's absolutely right. It's really hearty. It's warm rather than hot. It's like round black-eyed peas rather than bean-sized black-eyed peas. The bacon is delicious. It's really salty and really smoky, and that really adds something to it. But it's just so basic, but yet so delicious. And let me try some of this stuff. Do you know what? think it's all about getting your taste buds to have contrast, because that really contrasts with that. This is really creamy and slightly sour, a bit like sour cream in a way. This is really kind of hearty, salty and warm. I bet if I put this in my mouth now after just having that, it's going to taste totally different.
In your mouth.
It does. So this almost cleanses your palate a little bit. When you have a mouthful of that, and you really get the saltiness of the bacon come through, I'm definitely loving this one.
Right, next up,
Round 3.
round 3. What do we have now?
We have pork ribs,
Yep. Sauerkraut.
sauerkraut, and potatoes with these little weird berries again.
The berries are quite nice. They're very tart. They're quite nice.
Question is, people, is the ribs better than the ribs that you get at SeaWorld? And today, I've not found ones that have been. But we are talking about SeaWorld ribs from about 15 years ago.
Yeah, they're probably slow cooked and that kind of thing. But these are traditional Latvian ones. And it's quite a generous portion size, to be fair, right?
Okay.
The question is, how... Oh, look at that.
I was trying to get into a bone just a minute ago.
But it looks like it's just coming straight off, though, right? Which is a good sign. And they've also given us like a little bowl for the graveyard as well.
Yeah. I have to admit, I'm not generally good with meat. It's not my favourite thing for pork, but very flaky.
Yeah.
It's got a nice smell to it. And I just had a bit of the sauce just slightly then, and that was quite nice.
So is it like the sauce at SeaWorld? Or is it better? Or different?
It's got a taste to it, like a weird taste. I can't quite describe it. But the sauce is quite thick, more like a jelly.
Yeah, it's more like a kind of glaze, isn't it? Yeah. But it does look like it's just falling off the bone.
Yeah, it's very flaky, very light, which is good. I'm gonna try this.
Sauerkraut.
It's sauerkraut, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's very tart,
That's why it's called sauerkraut.
very tart. And I'm going for a potato, which will probably just taste like a potato. Which is quite nice. It's actually cooked all the way through. Sometimes when you have potatoes that are like this,
They can have a bit of bite, can't they?
yeah, but this has actually got a nice, it's got a nice texture to it. It's not overcooked, and it actually tastes nice. It probably helps that I've got the glaze on it as well.
Yeah.
But these are quite good though.
Good.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go straight in the potato and the sauerkraut. Stephen is right on the potatoes. They are perfectly soft, perfectly tender and delicious. But they're not mushy, they don't fall apart, and they definitely don't have bite. These are really good. And the sauerkraut is actually, you're right, it's very tart, isn't it, Stephen? But it's also a little bit sweet. Very delicious. But the most important thing, if I can find an entry point, is to try these ribs. Oh, that meat literally just comes off with a fork. You don't need one of these. This is all very good. Melt in the mouth. Very delicious. Very tasty. That kind of glaze on the outside. It's kind of slightly fruity. I don't know why. It reminds me a little bit of cranberry sauce, but still smoky at the same time, and salty and savoury. But honestly, these are not ribs that are tough and chewy. You don't have to gnaw at them endlessly to get the meat off. the meat just comes off with your fork. Absolutely sublime.
So Stephen, how are you feeling about your bread soup?
I am feeling like I'm heading into a food coma. This is like, I can't remember the last time I ate this much food, and it probably doesn't seem like it's a lot of food, but I think it's a lot of flavours.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of rich flavours we wouldn't normally have.
Yeah. But, you know, when you go away to enjoy yourself, right? So we don't eat like this very often.
No.
We'll treat ourselves today and then go on the diet tomorrow when we get back to the UK. But, so yeah, bread soup, which doesn't really look like bread soup, does it?
No.
It looks a bit more like a, kind of a trifle type thing?
It's giving me like overnight oats vibes.
Oh yeah, that's a good shout. Except it's with bread rather than oats, yeah. Okay, but...
It's very, like, it's got like a compote consistency when you go into it.
yeah, let's see what it's like. That face.
It's a no from me.
You don't like it? Not at all? Not even the fruit and cream on top?
I mean, a blueberry is a blueberry, and a strawberry is a strawberry. And the sauce stuff is nice, but the other stuff,
The bread stuff.
no, that one's a miss for me, I think.
Oh really?
But
Okay.
I'm not a dessert person normally.
That's
anyway.
true, that's true. So maybe I should try that and see what I think. Okay.
I mean, like, visually it's quite appealing. Let me just dig deep a little bit. I can see why Stephen doesn't like it. For me, it's a bit like a really, really runny bread pudding. It's got that kind of flavour to it, like with allspice and bread and a bit of fruit, and I think jam as well. I think the cream helps it a little bit on the top because it kind of breaks up the kind of the soupiness of it a little bit. I can't think of any other way to describe it. I actually don't mind it, to be fair. No, I don't mind it. I don't mind it. I can't eat Stevens. I can probably just about get through mine.
You're going to give
But
mine
it
a
is,
good go.
it is basically a runny bread pudding. That's the best way I can think of describing it. Not bread and butter pudding, bread pudding, traditional bread pudding, with some cream on top and some fruit. So, for me personally, I quite like it. But I can see why Stephen wouldn't like it. And if you like bread pudding, you would definitely like this.
It's so funny.
Your face when you just sniffed that.
And it's made me goosebump as well.
It's really...
Yeah.
Right, so this is what? It's black bass salm, is that what they call it?
I think it smells like the one we had on the tour.
It is, it's a blackcurrant one, so it's probably exactly the same as what we had earlier. Probably from the same make and provider or whatever, but
It does smell blackcurrant,
does it?
and after that taste of that dessert, which was not particularly nice,
Yeah. But this is like meant to be like a digestive, right? So it's supposed to go into your stomach and start burning away all that food that you just eaten. So that probably tells you a little bit about how strong it's going to be.
yeah. So, bon appetit.
Are you going to shot it? Oh my gosh.
Oh my god, I went up my nose. Not the liquid, but the fumes.
The fumes, yeah.
Yeah. Definitely a palate cleanser.
Definitely.
And I can feel it going down as well.
Does it taste alright? Cool, okay. Maybe I should have a go as well then, right?
A lot stronger than those shots we had yesterday, that's for sure.
I can imagine that. Okay, right. So maybe I should have a go.
Do you know what it reminds me of? That smell. Like some kind of blackcurrant cough syrup type thing, like a cough medicine, or maybe a throat lozenge or something like that.
This is where, like, technology needs to develop smell-o-vision.
Smell-o-vision, exactly that. I'm going to do a Stephen and neck it all back in one go. It's a really interesting smell. Or is it like blackcurrant nemesis? Either way, it smells slightly medicinal. Ooh. Oh my gosh, yeah, you can feel it going down, can't you? And yes, it it's a bit medicinal. Oh, it's actually quite nice.
Actually, I think after all that rich food we've eaten,
Yeah, it just kind of breaks through it a little bit, doesn't it? It makes you feel a little bit less bloated, I suppose. So yeah,
definitely a palate cleanser.
definitely palate cleanser. Glad we have tried a traditional Latvian digestive drink as well. Maybe not to everyone's taste, but I enjoyed it. Okay, we are all done here.
Fooded out.
Food out, definitely heading towards a food coma. I have to say, the food has been delicious. Really enjoyed it, and it's nice to have some local, authentic cuisine. Steve, what do you think?
Totally agree.
Totally agree. So we're gonna walk back to our hotel. We'll probably end up rolling back to the hotel because we feel stuffed. And then I think what we'll do when we get back is just kind of sum up our day and what we thought of our last full day in Riga before we think about heading home tomorrow. But yeah, this restaurant is definitely one to remember. And if you are in Riga, I definitely recommend that you try it. It's called Provence. It's right in the old town, and it is amazing.
So we found our way back to the hotel and are now ready for bed. But before we do that, let's just take a minute or two to sum up what we think about our day.
So hey folks, we are back at the hotel. Dinner was amazing. We really hope you enjoyed looking at the footage of what we were trying. It was great to have some authentic Latvian cuisine. I really enjoyed it. Not so much for herring, but the rest of it I enjoyed. You enjoyed the herring, and then as you said earlier, it kind of depleted as it went along. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm not really a meat person, so for me the fish was the antithesis of deliciousness. It's a mouthful, isn't it?
I was going to say, where are the big words coming
I
from?
don't know, but I really enjoyed the fish. As Luke was saying, the black bean and bacon was really wholesome, really filling. But for me, kind of in terms of the ribs, wasn't as good as the ones that I've had in SeaWorld all those years ago. I think I'm chasing something that's never going to happen. Either that or my recollection of how good they are.
It's slightly distorted because it was in SeaWorld.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And the dessert was just a no for me. But the appetizer, the shot at the end was really good.
Oh, digestive, yeah.
The digestive.
Yeah, it was, although a little bit like medicinal perhaps in nature. But, you know, when in Latvia, do what the Latvians do, right? You don't come to a different country to do what the English do. And actually on the way home, we saw a pub that had a very proud English menu announcing they do English breakfast every single day. And honestly, I can't think of anything more of a sacrilege, I suppose, than to come to a different country and then eat English food. That's not why you travel. It's not why we travel, isn't it?
No, I mean, it definitely seems counterproductive,
Yeah.
but as Luke said, it was nice to try something authentic, try something traditional. Obviously, didn't do wine because they don't actually make wine over here.
I still can't get over her face when we said, "Oh, we got a Latvian wine," and she was like, "Latvian doesn't have the culture for wine or the climate for wine."
Climate
that was
for
it.
wine, yeah. But yeah, the staff were quite. Yeah, they're quite nice actually.
They were really friendly, really attentive.
Yeah.
And I think what I really liked was that she clearly understood that we wanted to try something different.
Yeah.
And she was talking us through, this is the food, this is also how you eat it, or this is also how you don't eat it, i.e. you don't pour your buttermilk over your peas, basically. Yeah. So yeah.
And funnily enough, on the way out, we actually saw a couple that we was on the tour with today. So
in the same restaurant as us.
In the same restaurant,
yeah,
so
absolutely.
small world. But you know what? For tonight, we're going to leave that there. We are really, really tired. It is our last night. We were thinking of going to the Sky Bar, but we're going to give that a miss simply because we're a bit tired and we feel like we're heading into a food coma. Yeah. Luke just said a minute ago, it would have been nice to have spent an extra day here, and I tend to agree. We're here longer than my last trip, let's say, my last solo trip, but it definitely has been a bit of an eye-opener. And for anyone that's ever thought about going to the Baltics, I would definitely put Latvia on your list of places to go. When I was actually looking to take us away many, many months ago when I booked this, I didn't really have an idea in mind of like Latvia being on the list, but I found relatively good flights with BA, or what I thought was BA.
Not quite BA, yeah.
And the research I did seemed to suggest that everything was quite reasonable. And also as well, we got an extra visit out of it. We went to Lithuania, although that wasn't technically Lithuania in terms of going to a major town or city. It was still nice to cross the border and again to see something different that we wouldn't normally do. So I hope you got something out of that.
I forgot to say something. Like on the way back from the restaurant, right? So literally, I was just taking a little panning shot of the scenery, I suppose, the streets and the restaurants, and a guy approaches me and says, "Oh, do you need a taxi anywhere?" He's chuckling because I told him, "Right, it's really, do you need a taxi anywhere?" I was like, "Oh no, my hotel is right there, so no, we don't need a taxi." And he's like, "Okay, right. Do you need me to take you to the ladies?" I think you missed the headline there. That's not my thing at all, but yeah.
It's good that you can come across that way.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so. You carry yourself.
I'm just authentically me. My sexuality is not my personality, yada yada. No, but in all honesty, that was a bit of a weird out moment. But apart from that, I don't. And actually, in all honesty, we went to Budapest that time, and literally on every street corner we had somebody trying to sell us something illegal. I haven't really seen that here. That was the one moment where I just thought, oh, that's a little bit seedy. And actually, that probably says a little bit for what the culture here is like in Latvia. I'm sure there is an underground culture somewhere, but we didn't see it on the street corners like we have done in some of the other European cities that we visited.
No, and I have to admit, I said to Luke last night, it's probably one of the places I felt safe walking around. And I wouldn't even walk around London, central London on my own nowadays, because it's just not a nice place. Anyway, we are going to wrap up this vlog here.
Yeah, it's been a great day.
It has been a really great day.
We enjoyed the Hill of Crosses.
Hill of Crosses.
Yeah, that was a fun trip out. We had some great food.
Very unique experience, something that you wouldn't be able to do unless you actually come to Europe, I guess. And it was really insightful to hear about all the various different crusades and the various different occupations, let's say, of these states by the Germans, the Swiss, the Russians, the Nazis, and how that's influenced the culture. So definitely would recommend that you kind of get out and explore and have a look around.
A worthwhile city to visit, but like Stephen keeps trying to say, we're going to wrap up this vlog here. We have got a flight home tomorrow. Looking forward to it. I did some research today, and I think we might have a pretty much brand new British Airways aircraft with a new interior, so I'm quite excited about that. But we'll see what happens on the day. Like Stephen keeps saying, that really is it for tonight now. I'm going to stop waffling on. Hope you guys are all well, and we will catch you all on the next vlog.
And just finally, if you've got any questions or comments, pop them in. Pop them below. Also head on over to our Instagram channel. Links will be showing up now, including our TikTok as well. I really do enjoy chatting to you all, so any questions or comments, let us know. Or if you just want a general chit chat too, always happy to kind of have a convo. We do like having pen pals. Anyway, we will catch you for the next one, which will be tomorrow. Remember to like, subscribe, comment, and
turn on notifications.
And if you've enjoyed seeing us and our little adventures so far, give us a thumbs up. It really does help the channel, but we will catch you in the morning.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.
But they seem to keep letting people in even though it's full, and then people are just standing there because there are no seats left, so propping themselves up on the wall or sitting cross-legged on the floor, and that's not really a lounge experience for me.